Miss that cue.
Yeah. So we're here having fish and chips with Pauline Hanson today, One Nation.
Yes, we've had a great family day here, just next to the water. So families, children, older people, grandparents, everybody welcome.
Yeah,
and young,
awesome.
We had quite a few teenagers here too, so it was good.
Yeah, so we've come down, Proud Boys, because we love Pauline, and you were saying about, just tell me about yourself. So you ran for...
I was in the Queensland state election. I ran for the seat of Glasshouse. I was in the 2016 federal election as well. My whole heart is for families here, and I'm very passionate about our constitution and protecting Australia, our borders.
That's awesome. And you were also saying you've done work with helping kids. Was it child trafficking and all this?
Yeah, it's a hard one. It's child trafficking. We've worked in Thailand and Cambodia, a lot of nations overseas. That was with Destiny Rescue. I was the former Queensland state manager. But on saying that, there was a lot happening here. So I've done a little bit of work with the Daniel Morcombe Foundation, and we still do, ongoing. It's a very hard topic, but it's here and it's across our communities.
And One Nation, you guys pretty much stopped safe schools. I think if you guys didn't stand up and say, nah, we're throwing safe schools out, that fully got the pressure on Labor. And then Anastasia, she adopted your policy pretty much, and she said, we won't fund it. So you guys saved a lot of people.
We've been pushing back for quite a few years now. We were lobbying for quite a while, putting the pressure on, and just letting people know, just dealing with facts, because you've always got to deal with the truth. Getting it out, speaking to principals, going into schools to say this is what's going to be coming in. It was coming up from Victoria, and it was flooding in, so we put the pressure on Labor. We met with Kate Jones, she was the Minister of Education back then, just said we're not going to tolerate this. We've got parents. We did petition after petition. As you know, we've done marches after march and pushed back.
It's so good, because there's just one thing I always think that we get from the left, and it's this multicultural. They always say multicultural. Well, I'm a conservative Christian, and that does not represent my values at all. So I just think if they want to push something like that in schools, I'm thinking, well, they're throwing multiculturalism out the window.
They're trying to mix it up with people. I've lived and worked in 3 different cultures, which I absolutely love. My beautiful sister-in-law, I've got my nephews from half New Guinea, and this isn't about multicultural. They're using that as it's deception. They're trying to get it into the mix so people will swallow it, but people have woken up to what it is. We've got to go back down and protect our families' rights. It's the parents' rights. And that's what I've spoken about at Parliament House. This is about parents and children and protecting our children.
Well, they do not represent the values of, the multicultural. Well, I've got Hindu and Buddhists and all these people from all around the world, and they have conservative family values. But they're not being represented, not by the left.
No, that's right.
People of, more conservative parties like One Nation, it's hang on a minute, people don't want this crazy stuff.
It's crazy. When did all this start to change? If go back 5 years ago, it's changed drastically very quickly, and it's sort of hijacking people. You talk to people, they don't believe you. Then next, it's passed through legislation. That's why the big boys don't want One Nation there. They don't want us as the third team. They have to be accountable, and people like Pauline in the Senate, and we get Malcolm back in, Steve back here in Queensland, and we've got great people coming on all across Australia. We push back because people need to be accountable. And
you got Mark Latham, so it's you've got the ex-Labor guy, leader, then you got Steve Dixon, who's ex-Liberal. So it's the politicians are waking up and they're saying we've had enough, and then the people are saying we've had enough, and everyone's coming into One Nation direction.
Because people want the middle ground. They want balance. They want stability. People can say stuff about One Nation, but come and read our policies. Come to fish and chips days, events across every region. This tomorrow, New South Wales, Victoria, Tassie, South Australia. It's happening everywhere. It's incredible what's happening. I cannot wait for this federal election so families can have a vote. Please use your voice and your vote.
Thanks so much. Thanks for your time.
Dusty, my pleasure.
Cheers.